AskReddit by AU Contra Rodders. Barbers of Reddit. What hairstyle do you hate cutting and why? I don't want to take any time styling this, so just cut it so it looks like this when I fall out of bed in the morning. Proceeds to show photo of model with highly styled hairdo. That's the haircut I hate. On the flip side, I had a stylist who would do a cut, blow dry and curl on me, and then I'd go home and of course it never looked like that, not even close, because I didn't have the tools nor the skills to make it happen. So the fourth or fifth time I was getting a cut, I said, look, I shower, towel dry and finger comb my hair while running out the door. What kind of cut can you give me that will work with that? She laughed and did a shorter cut that I could dress up on weekends if I wanted to, but would fall into place without too much fuss during the week. Wore that cut for 30 years and only changed it when it stopped suiting my older face. Third generation barber hair. Definitely children's haircuts. Their moms either want them to look like the Paja Boy haircut or to have a super detailed skin fades. We have a kids only hair salon near us and I constantly send them children. I just want a traditional men's cut, like JFK style for my boys, and it is like speaking Greek. I guess we're too far past that look because barbers simply cannot manage it here. I found a very old barber by the courthouse who did it well, but he retired. Our state no longer has a barber school. They learn alongside the cosmetology people, so the cuts are more salon than barber. My dad is a barber. He worked in a college town and hated doing fades. He was good at them, but the constant use of the electric razor 10 hours a day 4 years wore down his rotator cuff. He had to get surgery a few years ago. Barber here. I've developed carpal tunnel syndrome in both wrists and have to pop my shoulder back in place every morning after doing it for 10 years. It really does break you down physically. I'm a hairstylist and it's not typically the cuts that will test my patience, but the color. The worst is when you have a teen girl with her mom who is way too into her daughter's hair, and she has black hair dye from a previous session but wants to be platinum blonde in one day. Some people have really unrealistic expectations for us. My nephew tried to dye his hair red. It turned pink. He just asked to shave his head as short as possible with powered razor clippers, and then again 3 weeks later. I mean, it did get it out. Another question for barbers. If I walked in and said, give me something that fits my face or whatever you think would look good, is this acceptable? I've always wanted to change my hairstyle, but I literally have no idea what I would do or what would look good. Always wondered if barbers would do this or hate it. Hairstylist barber here. I love when people say that and genuinely mean it. I always double, triple check to see if they actually mean whatever I think will look good. Do this with a stylist or barber you trust. Someone who knows your styling routine and what will and won't drive you crazy. Usually, I give a few options. Option A would be good if you were willing to style it daily and get it cut this often. Option B would be a wash and wear style with less maintenance. It's nice because we know your hair, and if you have a consistent stylist, we know you. We can work with your texture, face shape, and routine to set you up with something that works. My sister is a hairstylist. The worst type of people are those who want a specific cut but have no idea how to say what they want. They'll come in and say they want Kim Kardashian's hair, but do they want long extensions or a blonde bob, dark brown, or a honey blonde? Just bring a damn picture on your phone of what you want your hair to look like. My wife used to cut hair and she would tell me that even when people would bring pictures, it wasn't always realistic for their hair type, but still expect stylists to work miracles. Barbers must love me then. 4 on top, 2 on the sides. That's it. I don't even talk unless it's necessary. No, 1 on the sides and back, trim and tidy up on top. No barber has got it wrong yet. Maybe a Dora cut, never works for me, I guess. How would a person ask for this? Just say I want a Dora cut? When I worked in salon a few years ago, a lot of young lads wanted to get their hair shaved on the sides with a perm on top. I couldn't stand the smell of the activator liquid. A lot of them didn't even like the style shortly after having it done, but you're kind of stuck with it for a while until it naturally goes back. Broccoli head. Apparently they hate cutting just the tip ends because they usually chop off half of your hair. Yeah, for some reason just a little off the top can also be the wrong way to word what you want. It's amazing how many barbers can't do fades well, especially on somewhat curly hair texture. I'd literally call and ask if they can and they say yes, then I leave looking like a bullhead SMH. Curly hair is a blessing and a curse. You'll find a great barber or stylist and they'll be gone next time you're in. My buddy is a hairstylist and he says the broccoli haircut is the dumbest haircut and an epidemic. You know, the one with the curly poof of hair on top and the faded sides? I never realized it until I walked into a Subway and every dude behind the counter had that cut. I had never noticed the broccoli cut until I attended a high school sporting event recently. Literally every dude under 20 had it. There were hundreds of broccoli stalks in the stands. Sister was a barber in a military town and flat tops were the worst. It's painstaking to get it all perfectly straight, flat, blended properly, etc. And then some of the guys would go out on course and be wearing a helmet for 2 weeks straight. In the Marines, they don't give a shit if you wear a helmet 24/7. You will be within regs. Haircut every week usually is required. I'm not a barber, but I asked my local one a while back. This is what he said: mullets, they say it's the equivalent of getting a rose tattoo. PS, I live in Australia, every second person has one. They're slowly making a comeback among the hipsters here in the UK. Did mullets ever disappear in Australia, or are they just coming back now? I feel like it fits a certain type of person, like a massive rugby player with a moustache. Seems weird to me on other people. I hate shaving the pubes of my customers into custom designs. I mean, why not just a clean shave? I'm planning on making a mustache out of my pubes and putting googly eyes above it. Well, now I'm embarrassed because I went into a high-end salon for the first time with naturally black hair and showed my stylist a picture of a black to grey bleach. I didn't know much about dyeing hair, also my stylist let me know it'll take a couple of sessions to get that result and keep my hair healthy, which I'm totally okay with. But now I'm embarrassed that I even asked for it after reading these comments. My dad is a barber and hates doing afros. Not because they are hard or anything, he's just a racist asshole. I'm surprised black fellas with afros are going to a white man. Everything. Short in the long places, long in the short places. It should be both from the past and the future. Something a child would do to a doll. Sugar? As a girl, I walked into several haircut places asking for a cute, modern, pixie cut. I brought pictures and suggestions. The first few cuts I got, the woman cutting my hair couldn't believe I wanted it so short, and then she poofed it out, making me look like a bad version of 1970s Princess Diana. Finally, I found a girl my age who understood when I said edgy just means more texture and unequal lengths, and I finally got a fun, androgynous hairstyle. I've had to learn. More traditional people will give me something with very neat, precise edges and exactly the opposite of what I'm aiming for. When you want an alternative look, it's especially difficult to find a good stylist. Most people are most people. Standard, average, nothing that stands out. If you really want to stand out, you have to find someone with the same kind of boldness to stand out, at least visually speaking. I wonder if that's what my problem has been. Only my brother and an ex-coworker ever got my hair away I liked it. No one else seems to get that my thin hair needs serious layering, and some sort of bob cut normally looks best. The last woman kept commenting on my hair being greasy. Yes, it's wash day, which is every other day, which is why I paid for the shampoo. She wouldn't shut up about it though. I hate getting my hair cut. What do you want? I don't know. Just cut it like everyone else and don't make me look like a dick. If you can, find an old dude that cuts hair. He's gotta be at least 70 plus. You sit in the chair, say you want a haircut, that's all. Experience guides him, he knows what to do. Barber here. I don't necessarily hate doing any particular style, but I do think the current mullet trend is really stupid. Also a pet peeve of mine is when a client is very specific about how they want their hair cut. How short on the sides? I don't know, shorter. Do you know the guard size? Just do what you think is best, you're the expert. Bitch, if I'd give you a skin fade and you were expecting a 2 guard on the side, I am going look like an asshole. The I don't know, you're the expert when they actually have a specific look in mind kills me every time. I'm not wearing my glasses and I read Barbers of Reddit and I was startled there were over 600 comments. I went to barber a few weeks ago and the guy before me had short hair and a short beard and got it all shaved off. He didn't get it trimmed or shaved, everything shaved. Bald head, clean shaven. He paid and left with his girlfriend. I asked my barber about it after he left and she said he pays $20 for that every 2 weeks. The little drummer boy cut, or the high and tight, because when you ask how high and how tight they have no idea what they actually want. Well, I said medium fade, number 2, and I got a high fade with a number 0 once, so not all barbers know, either. There are no barbers in my area. I can drive 20 minutes in any direction and no barber shop to be found. I have to go to a hairstylist to get a haircut. Barbers are becoming a lost occupations. Move to Los Angeles and you will see 10 barber shops on the way to your bathroom. Not me, but my sister-in-law. That Karen pixie cut is apparently really difficult. Not only because it's a complex style, but trying to put up with the people that get it for the time it takes to cut the hair. Peaky Blinders cuts. Mohawk. Just ridiculous. Wouldn't it be ridiculously easy though? Just shave 2 sides and leave the middle.